So before we move on to making the T-Rex game with the sprites, we can begin with the basic framework. And instead of creating a sprite uh, and adding an image to it, we can first use small shapes instead of the actual sprites. So let me first show what I really mean by that. So this red block is the T-Rex character, and the obstacles are the brown blocks. As I'm recording this video, I think the speed of that game is a little hampered and it's slowed down. I haven't added the condition of the game end, like when we want the game to end, and we also haven't added the score because this is just the basic skeleton or the framework of our game. So we are going to learn in the first part how to create these sprites, because as you see, one, all these sprites are into a scrolling background, but this time we are not moving the background, we're moving the sprites. Now what are these sprites? The obstacle objects, which are the brown ones here, and the cloud sprites. So these white blocks are nothing but the clouds, and the red one is the T-Rex, which needs to jump whenever the player presses a spacebar key. um, so let's see how this code works. I have broken the complex problem into the smaller parts. So I have created few functions like jump, gravity, clouds, obstacles, and a moving ground. As you can see, the ground is moving here and it's moving towards left. And I have used T-Rex collide block because whenever we add gravity to the jump to the object, it is going to fall down, but we don't want to make it into a black hole, right? So we want it to stop on the ground. So whenever the T-Rex touches the ground, the collision block will restrict the motion, the downward motion of the T-Rex, and the jump will look like a natural jump, but the gravity will not make our sprite or our T-Rex to fall continuously down. So that's the purpose of using that block. Now, as you can see, there is a gravity function. Then there is a jump function. Whenever we press the spacebar key, we want the T-Rex to jump upwards. So I have assigned -10 to it, which means that the Y position of the T-Rex will be reduced by 10. That means the height of the jump will be 10, and since it is a negative value, it will jump upwards. And the velocity y is the positive number, which is 0.50. It will decide the gravity, the velocity of the downward motion of this sprite. Now, here, instead of assigning an image to the sprite, we are actually drawing a shape. Now, you can see usually we have two parameters in the variable where we create the sprite, but now I have two more. I'm using two more. So the first one is the X position, the second one is the Y position, the third one is the width, and the fourth one is the height of the sprite. And this is how I have created the ground and also the invisible ground. The function of the invisible ground is basically to stop the T-Rex from falling down. And the actual ground, the green colored one, is nothing but the moving ground, which is continuously moving towards left.